Hey y'all, CB here, the No BS welder at NBS Welding. Going out to set a sign frame and a sign today. Got the brake nose dually hooked up to the trailer with the tractor and the tractor derrick. I got the sign frame, the sign, the scaffold I made. Let's roll. Ain't gonna have a lot of time for yakking when we're on site right there, so I'm gonna give you a little rundown on the do's and we's a fixing to get done. Got this sign frame, it's gonna go on the building. There's some steel mounted to the building from a sign that was there years ago. That steel's gonna have to be extended outward because the way they cut it off too short for me to use. For what we're doing right now. I've got some steel that I'm going to be welding on to that steel that's connected to the building, extending it out, cutting it off at the right spot, hopefully, to get my sign frame that I fabricated lifted up and welded onto that. And once we get to that point, get all the paint touched up, we're going to put the sign frame in place. Or we're going to put the sign onto the sign frame in place, and it gets bolted on with stainless steel screws. If you've been following the channel, then you've seen me build the sign frame. If you want to go back and watch that video, if you haven't, you can do that. And also, we're going to be lifting this up. We're going to be lifting this sign frame and the sign with the tractor derrick. Doing a separate video on that if you want to go back and check out the build on that gizmo. But the whole idea is for me to be able to do this by myself is the reason I built the tractor derrick, and I've got some other ideas about the tractor derrick where I can use it working around my building. So hopefully it works out. That's the plan for today, though, is to use the tractor derrick as a lifting device and as a scaffold. I built an aluminum plank, work plank, for me to stand on while I'm working on this, and it latches onto the tractor derrick. So like I said, when we get on site, I probably won't be talking a lot. There'll be hopefully a lot more tacking and a lot less yakking. So I'll set up the cameras, a couple of them where I can, and I'll just let it roll, and we'll get some video shot and maybe talk about it later. Getting everything set up here. I put the winch on the tractor derrick and getting my gear out. I got the ARCCAPTAIN MIG 145 there, and a bucket full of gear, several things that I drug over there. I put the jack stands where I thought it was about center of where I need to be, so I was using them as a gauge on where I need to drive up to. I took a measurement and got an idea on the height of where I'd want to put myself, and that gave me an idea where I'd want to put my platform on the tractor derrick. And then I got it strapped onto the tractor derrick, and I decided to, have it on there first so I wouldn't have to winch it up and set it in place. All of this stuff that I added to it continued to add weight. I took the steel up. What I'm doing right here, I'm actually putting the steel that I was going to use on the platform there, and I taped it to it, and then also the power cord. But all that weight, it made it where the tractor was having trouble lifting it, and I jumped off the tractor and grabbed that strap and just sat in the seat and pulled on it. So that's just, the amount that I could pull was all the difference that I needed to make to get it to stand up. But I got her stood up there and ready to work. There was those angle iron there that was fastened to the building pretty good from a sign that was there years ago. I got those cleaned up and ready to weld on. Just a little bit of grinding there. Next thing I did is I took a string line and I ran across the top two that I was going to connect to, and I put a line level on it to give me an idea how level it was across those two. Then I got out the ARCCAPTAIN MIG 145 and put it together. Got the gun hooked on there and got the wire ran through the gun. I was ready to weld. Now I determined when I ran my string line across there that the angle iron bracket to the right was about an inch higher than the one to the left. Now I took my angle iron that I was going to extend it with, and I just sort of took a wild guess and tacked that left one on there with it running straight out. That right one that I knew was higher, I tacked it on there with a torpedo level. So I knew it was coming out level. Then I ran my string back across again, and I determined that I needed to come down with that one on the left about an inch. So I took a cutting wheel, and I just cut one cutting wheel width out of the bottom leg of that left angle. And that let it down right where it needed to be, to where when I ran my string across there again, I had them level. So I was ready to weld that on there. And I went ahead and actually, at that point, welded both of those top two angle irons fast. Super service truck's looking good down there. Up here on the tractor derrick with the ARCCAPTAIN MIG 145. Running some ARCCAPTAIN flux core wire. Vertical up right here. A little bit of flat. Vertical up right there and an overhead. We're getting a dozen done. Next thing I did is I got a measurement how far out I wanted those to go and cut them things off. And that piece I cut off, I actually temporarily tacked it back on there. I was doing that to use that as a ledge to hang my sign frame on when I set it in place, and I'll break those off later. In this 30-second clip right here, what I'm showing you is pretty much everything I just did. It's the view backed off a little bit where you can see everything everything I did on that portion of the work, as far as getting those angle iron pieces welded onto the building and cut off with the ledge in place, ready to set that sign frame on top of them. With that sign frame in place, it's time to break those temporary ledges off there. I just used a big spud crescent wrench as leverage and snapped them off. There's a couple of brackets I had to fabricate that connect to the lower part. Really made the whole thing stable. So there's 4 points of connection to the building. The two at the top and the two at the bottom. And the ones at the bottom are a 3/8 by 2 flat bar. Then everything just got welded up. At that point, all the welding stuff was pretty much done, so we started putting the things that involved welding, we started putting all that stuff away. Just get it out of the way, because as far as finishing up putting the sign on, the only tool I'd need for that would be my cordless impact gun. Well, how about that? Got that little bit of do's and done right there. The way that ended up going down, you know, we had the brick nose dually with 20-foot car trailer with the homemade hillbilly tractor derrick and the tractor and the super service truck, and the boss lady come up with the exploder. We deployed everything we had, threw all we had at it, but we got her done. How about that? Can a 165-pound guy set a 174-pound sign frame and a sign 20 feet off the ground by himself? Sure can. Learn how to work with what you got. And that way, you always have everything you need. Thanks for watching. Hey, y'all. CB here at NBS Welding. We're in the break room doing a quick merch video. For any of you that are interested in merchandise to help support the channel, we got the stickers. Small size sticker, like a hard hat size, $3. Got the bull logo, NBS Welding, got the name and phone number. The medium size, $5. And then the big bumper sticker, $10. Now, there's no shipping on the stickers. We can put these in an envelope. It's pretty simple, no problem. Next thing is the shirts. We did have some trouble with the shirt order. We just got proof that they fixed the problem they had, and they sent us the proof. So this is, they got it right where the NBS Welding logo is on the chest, then the great big NBS Welding on the back, with the American flag on the sleeve, the way we like it. $25 for an NBS Welding shirt. These will be here, supposed to be here September 5th, so we're taking orders. Got a couple orders already. Wayne and Mike, you guys, you're going to be getting your shirt. It's coming. Next thing I want to talk about the cup. My buddy tried to make these cups, and I wanted the QR code on the cup, and he couldn't figure out how to make it work. He made me cups. The QR code wouldn't scan. He said he didn't. He finally gave up. He wanted to give me my money back. I said, no, not all of it. We're going to share the responsibility. Anyway, he gave me a portion of my money back. I gave him enough money to cover what he spent, but I continued to work on it, and I got it worked out. I don't think my cups are as nice as his, but they work. And here's the thing. The QR code's got to be on the top where it's flat. If it's on the radius on the side of the cup, it's not going to scan. It's got to be on the top. I figured it out. But we got the cups. NBS Welding with the bull logo. Got less yakking, more tacking. Pretty simple cup, but like I said, I made this myself. I bought the cups and the materials. I put it together. Had to make it work. I didn't want to quit on it. Now, I want to talk about this real quick because this something come up. A way for that you can give to the channel is through Super Thanks, through YouTube. And our guy Corey has given $100 Super Thanks repeatedly. And I keep thinking like, man, this Corey has contributed so much. I really want to do something to thank him, and I couldn't think of what I could afford to do. And I remembered these coins. Now, I had these coins made when I was making good money working in the oil field. And what this is, this is 1 troy ounce of 0.999 fine silver. It says NBS Welding. It's got the name and phone number and the designation 0.999 fine silver. So this is an ounce of pure silver. And if you turn it over, it's got the bull logo on the back. This coin, I'm sending this to Corey to thank him for all the super thanks that he's given. There's one thing that is, there's 2 things about super thanks. It's super easy for you guys to contribute to a YouTube channel through super thanks because you can go on your device and you can hit super thanks and boom, it's quick. It's easy for you to do. The problem with super thanks is YouTube gets 30% of that money. So out of a $10 super thanks, you're giving YouTube $3. But it's kind of like that with the merch too. If a shirt's $25, we have to buy the shirt. So I have to put money in, you know, there's money going somewhere. Anyway, this idea came up to give Corey a coin. And it's got a real nice little plastic case I'll show you. I just put it back in the case. That keeps them from getting fingerprints all over it. Here's the thing. When I got the idea that I was going to give Corey the coin, I wanted to offer it to everyone. So if you're interested in a coin, $50. Send Tina an email. nbswelding@aol.com. And thank y'all.